Sorry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Ow, ow, ow. Say oh well or go to hell.
So I need to go and wash my hair, but before I do, I wanted to recap the sing-along because I am not over it yet. I don't think I'll ever be over it. I can't even explain how special it was, and I feel so privileged to have been in not the first row, technically the first row. If you don't count BB, which is the restricted row, then I was first row, row A. But 2, I'm so grateful to have that seat and have that experience. It was amazing. If you get a ticket, if you love Six, go and see this sing-along. I cannot even speak. It was phenomenal. The love in the room, the energy, the queens were emotional. Just even during like dance breaks, they was just looking at each other and they were so overwhelmed. They were like, what the
Guys, that was one of the best experiences of our lives. Thank you so much for coming.
What just happened? Oh my god! I can't. That was the best thing.
It was insane. The love you could feel just radiating from the whole audience. It was so loud for every single song. The only rule was you can't do the scenes, obviously, because that's really annoying and that throws off the actresses. So the one rule was like shut up during the scenes, but give us everything during the songs. And everyone did. Everyone showed out. I have written down some of my highlights from the very beginning of Ex-Wives. I saw Grace and Courtney and I freaked out because this is the first time I've seen them, and I've seen Six 1, 2, 3, 4. This was my 4th time seeing Six, and I've seen Vicky, but I've never seen Grace and I've never seen Courtney, and I got them in the same show. So I had Grace as Kay Howard, and Courtney was Catherine of Aragon. I went blank then. Oh my god. So from the moment they came out, I was like, oh my god. Now part of me really wishes that JJ and Amy could have seen and experienced this, because it was just out of this world. But hopefully they will be in the next one, which I am going to again. I couldn't get front row. I'm gonna try and see if I can buy it off of someone. But I am gonna watch it from the upper bit for the first time. And the furthest back I've seen it is row E, and every other time I've been in BB or A. So I'm kind of looking forward to the experience of seeing it from like above. But the interaction with the queens, now that I've experienced it, I just don't like sitting far away now, because it's just so, I can't even explain, like having them look at you, pick you to do certain bits. Yeah, no, I just like, I can't imagine sitting anywhere else, and I'm just seeing how wonky this is. So what else? So the first 2 Queen songs, No Way and Don't Lose Your Head, the audience, we didn't know, this is me speaking from my opinion, but for the rest, most of the songs we stood up, and it was a club up in the Arts Theatre. But for the first 2, we're still kind of gauging how it works. I feel really bad, but Millie didn't get a standing ovation, neither did Grace, and neither did Courtney. So we were still kind of doing like theatre etiquette and like not standing up and going crazy. But Millie got some mad cheers. Honestly, like applause for longer than a minute. Which was really nice. But one of the absolute highlights of this entire thing was Heart of Stone. let me tell you that Natalie couldn't even finish the last few notes because she was so overwhelmed. The sound of 350 people, or however, I think max capacity is like 300 people singing back that song to her, which meant so much to her. You could just see she was trying to keep it in. And it's funny because Jane is like mock crying during that song, but this was real. So she started to get like a little bit overwhelmed, and then at some point she was just like shaking her head. She couldn't even do it, and then full tears, and my heart exploded. Oh my god, I just wanted to, I don't even know. So then when the song was over, everybody just stood up and we gave her like solid, it was going on forever and ever and ever, and she deserved every moment of it. It was beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. I love her so much. I can't remember, which is awful, considering how many times I've listened to the soundtrack, when House of Holbein comes in. I'm pretty sure it's after this. Anyway, slaughter me in the comments. House of Holbein shut down the venue. It was a rave. I turned around. There were 6, like this whole family. I think it was Harry's family. They had glow in the dark rave green glasses, glow sticks. Like at one point, Grace was like, and everyone jumped up. Everyone was jumping. We were like screaming, like doing all the crazy stuff that they do in Holbein. Oh my god, it was absolutely mental. I just kept looking at the ladies in waiting at the back, and their faces were gold, and we must have looked absolutely mental, but no one cared. We just lived our life that night. Everything like they were giving to us on stage gave back. We were like, the energy, the passion, the effort from everyone, it was just beautiful. House of Holbein was absolutely nuts, insane. Well, so by this point we've like broken down. We know that we can stand up and we're not gonna get in trouble. So Get Down was mad as well. Everyone's singing so loud, top of their voice. I can't get this back how it was since it fell. Everyone's was singing at the top of their lungs, and then we weren't standing up yet, but then Alexia, Anne, you know how she picks an individual person during Get Down? She was like, everybody get up, and we like got down for the rest of the song, and then like sat down when she did the joke, and everybody gave her standing ovation, and she got emotional. Just, you know what, it just touches my soul to know that they feel our love and how much we love Six, and I just hope it makes everything like worth it to them. Yeah, Grace. Okay, so All You Want to Do. I noticed, this is from how many times I've seen it, but I noticed they turned the mics up for All You Want to Do. That was something that I noticed, because you could hear the Queens much better from that point on for the rest of the show. Grace, I'm so excited to see her Kay Howard. I really want to see her Aragon. That's like one of my like 6 wish list. So hopefully one day I'll get to see her Catherine. Catherine of Aragon, not Catherine Howard. Yeah, All You Want to Do. Everyone was doing it, even the audience. We didn't stand up for this one, but for 6 minutes it's a bit ridiculous anyway. I just love the whole time the Queen's interactions with each other, because they were just like, what is going on? Then was a standing ovation. Yeah, no, Grace didn't get a standing ovation, which is kind of sad. Then we have, why is the name failing me? Maya's song, I Don't Need Your Love, which is my favourite Six song. Everyone was singing it like softly, and then from the moment that she remember, this is my favourite song, it's embarrassing. As if I'm gonna give up my life, my job, for you. From that friggin' second, the audience, it was like, the whole audience was like, yes, you know, I wrote books and songs and meditate. The whole, like, everyone next to me was like, yes, like, it was like, that's my favourite part as well. I think I gauged that it was other people's favourite parts as well. We were like, get it. And then I really remember Joan on the keys. She just started cracking up, because it's the bit like when they say that to Henry, like, we don't need your love, that the whole audience was like, we don't need your love. Like, I just see Joan cracking up on the keys. That moment just made me laugh, because everyone was like, yeah, fuck Henry, like, you know, we don't need your love. Like, yes, girl power. And then 6 was one of my highlights. Everything was my highlight, but 6, this point, the audience, we know it's over. We're gonna live every single second of the last songs. We're gonna live like our best life. So we're all standing. My favorite bit that touched my soul, when the queens go like, we're one of a kind, yeah, and they all like hug each other. The first rows of the audience did it. So I didn't know the girl next to me, I don't know the girl next to me on this side, but everyone in the row were like holding each other, we're like mimicking the queens. You can see Grace, this is when Grace got emotional. And like, I was feeling emotional because it was over. Like, I didn't want this. I wanted to just live this again and again and again. But we were like, oh, holding each other. And then like we just danced full out for the rest. Clapping. There was a really good clapping moment, but I can't remember. There was a really funny moment where we were clapping out of time and Millie was like, and then like the band tried to catch up. It was so fun. Like, it was actually so funny. Another moment I noticed was there was such a long pause. I don't know what happened, if someone forgot a line or like what was going on, but it was really awkward. I was like, whoa, okay, hang on. It's the bit where spoilers, the bit where Kathy Parr doesn't want to do this anymore. But it was like crickets. I was like, are they having audio problems? I noticed the girls like popping out their things throughout the show because the audience was so fucking loud. They couldn't hear what they were singing. I noticed it with Courtney as well. Because I can't even tell. I'm going to put some clips in so you can try and gauge how crazy this was, but it was so crazy. So yeah, the audience like holding each other. Oh, everything. I'm so grateful for 6 and the empowerment it's given me and so many of the fans, the community that it's made. It's brought all of these strangers together. It was better than any concert I've ever been to because the sheer love and passion of every person in that sing-along, you know how you could feel how much 6 meant to them, and to get the opportunity to show the girls and the band how much we truly deeply love this show was just one of the best experiences of my life. And I just it was just stunning. It was so stunning. It was just the best. So I'm excited to go back again, and I'm excited to see who the cast will be. But since I dressed as Millie, I was so glad that it was her instead of Vicky. I know that's mean, but that was my costume. So I was like, when they were coming out, I was literally like, oh my god, give me Millie, like give me Millie, come through. And she came through and I was like, ah. And the next day my voice was gone. But if you can, go to the sing-along. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Lucy. I can't even explain how much 6 means to me. I even got a queen chess piece because of 6. So next I'm going to include some extras from my Snapchat and also some things that I forgot to mention in the first part of the video. So stay tuned if you're interested for a bonus bit. I just took off all my makeup to have a shower and I realised I forgot so much. I forgot to talk about the ultimate phone snatch. Every single queen had 2 phones. I saw Maya was like this to the other girls to come and get the phones, and they took phones from the first row and my row, the second row. My phone was I was like, she is taking it. I don't like care if I have to crush the person in front of me. She's taking my phone. I was reaching over the other person to give it to her. I really wanted a phone snatch when I was in row BB and it didn't happen, so I was like, it is going down today. Like, of all days, the sing-along is happening today. I gave her mine and she filmed me. She turned it on me. I'm gonna upload it. She turned it on me. I'm like screaming. She was like, love you. And I died. Everyone had their phones. They're all like going crazy with the phones. It was just like mental. And I don't know if I'm gonna mention it here, but the whole disaster with the costume competition. I'm gonna upload my snaps and I might make like a separate video about it because and just like lovely, and no, that's fine. So we'll talk about that, but let's just say I got some beautiful comments from every single queen. Millie called me over to take multiple pictures of her, like after I had taken it with her, and we just shared really special moment. Like, she was so touched that me and another girl made her costume, and I will treasure it forever, and it was better than the crown. Like, the audience, we don't know each other, we're just holding each other and we're like, we're one of a kind. Oh my god, I wanted to cry! It was so beautiful. Everyone was crying. The queens were so beautiful, literally. Oh my gosh, what's happening? The audience, I was singing with strangers, I don't even know who they are. We're like interacting with each other. I just love the 6 community because it really is a community. I think that I got all of that out of my system by singing along for 1 hour, but I feel more hyped than ever and I have to take off all my makeup. I have to go to work early. Oh my god.